Have you ever found yourself waking up at 3 a.m. and just staring at the ceiling, wide awake, wondering why sleep doesn't feel the same anymore? Maybe you fall asleep quickly, but then wake up multiple times during the night. Or perhaps it takes forever to fall asleep, and when you do, it doesn't feel as restful as it used to. You're not alone, and no, it's not just getting older in a vague way. There are real, biological and psychological reasons why sleep starts to shift dramatically after the age of 50. This isn't just about insomnia. We're talking about a full transformation in how your body and brain regulate sleep, a deeper change in something called sleep architecture. And understanding it is the first step toward reclaiming peaceful, restorative nights. In today's video, we're diving deep, very deep, into what's actually happening to your sleep after 50. We'll explore the subtle yet powerful shifts in the body that make sleep more fragmented, lighter, and less refreshing. You'll learn about hormones, brain patterns, light exposure, and body temperature regulation. We'll even talk about practical, science-backed tips to deal with these changes naturally, without jumping to pills or quick fixes. This video is not a quick 5 tips to sleep better rundown. This is for those of you who want to understand what's really going on. Because once you understand it, you'll be empowered to take back control of your nights, and improve your days too. Let's start by taking a closer look at something few people ever talk about, the actual architecture of your sleep. Sleep isn't a uniform block of rest. It's actually a highly structured, rhythmic cycle of stages. This structure is called sleep architecture, and it's composed of different sleep stages: light sleep, N1, N2, deep sleep, N3, and REM sleep. These stages occur in repeating cycles of about 90 to 120 minutes, and they all serve different roles for your physical, mental, and emotional health. In your younger years, especially in your 20s and 30s, your body is incredibly efficient at entering and sustaining deep sleep, also known as slow-wave sleep. This is the stage where the body repairs tissue, strengthens the immune system, and consolidates physical energy. REM sleep, on the other hand, supports your brain, dreams, memory consolidation, emotional processing. And light sleep acts as the bridge between the other stages. But after 50, the structure starts to change. Research shows that older adults spend less time in deep sleep and often experience more frequent awakenings throughout the night. And here's the kicker: these changes are not necessarily tied to insomnia or anxiety. They are part of the normal aging process, but that doesn't mean we can't do anything about them. One major player is the brain's production of melatonin, the hormone that signals to your body that it's time to sleep. Starting around age 45 to 50, melatonin production naturally starts to drop, especially at night. This affects not just how quickly you fall asleep, but also how deeply you sleep. With less melatonin, your body struggles to maintain long stretches of uninterrupted sleep. The result? You wake up more often, sometimes without even realizing it. Another key shift is the circadian rhythm, your internal body clock that governs sleep and wake cycles. After 50, this rhythm starts to shift earlier, so you might find yourself getting sleepy at 8 or 9 p.m. and waking up at 4 or 5 a.m., even if you went to bed late. This is known as phase advance and is one of the most common sleep changes seen in aging adults. But there's more. The brain becomes more reactive to noise and light. Studies using EEG scans show that older adults have more fragmented sleep due to external stimuli. Even a slight sound, like a dog barking outside or a car driving by, can trigger micro-awakenings that disrupt sleep stages. Physiologically, the body's ability to regulate temperature also declines, which matters more than you think. To fall asleep and stay asleep, your body needs to lower its core temperature slightly. If that cooling process is disrupted, even by just a degree, it can prevent you from entering deeper stages of sleep. All of these changes combine to make sleep feel less restorative. You might sleep for 7 to 8 hours but still wake up feeling groggy. This can lead to daytime fatigue, mood swings, and trouble focusing. The point here is not to scare you, but to validate what you're experiencing. Sleep does change after 50, not because you're doing something wrong, but because your body and brain are evolving. Now that we've unpacked the science behind these changes, let's move into the next part: what you can actually do about it. Reclaiming rest. Practical adjustments for better sleep after 50. Now that you understand how sleep architecture naturally changes after 50, it's time to look at how you can work with those changes, not against them. The good news: small adjustments in your daily routine and sleep environment can go a long way. These are not gimmicks. They're practical steps grounded in science and designed to help your body re-enter a healthier, more restorative sleep cycle, even as you age. Let's start with the most underestimated factor: light exposure. Your circadian rhythm is highly sensitive to light. As we age, the lens of the eye thickens and lets in less natural light, especially blue light from the sun, which is the light our body relies on most to regulate the sleep-wake cycle. This means your internal clock may start to drift, leading to earlier wake-up times or trouble falling asleep at night. Solution: make sure you get at least 30 minutes of natural light exposure in the morning. If you can't go outside, invest in a light therapy lamp and sit in front of it while reading or eating breakfast. This helps reset your circadian rhythm daily, anchoring your biological clock so it knows when it's time to be alert and when it's time to shut down. Next, let's talk about melatonin, not supplements, but natural support for its production. Your body produces melatonin in response to darkness, but the modern world bombards us with artificial light from phones, tablets, TVs, and LED bulbs. After 50, when melatonin levels are already declining, this becomes an even bigger problem. What can you do? 2 things. Block artificial blue light in the evening. Turn off screens at least 60 to 90 minutes before bed or wear blue light blocking glasses. Dim your lights after sunset. Use soft, warm-toned bulbs in the evening and avoid overhead lights. Your environment should signal to your brain that it's nighttime. Now let's get into bedtime routines. A lot of people over 50 think they no longer need a wind-down routine, but that's actually the age when it becomes most important. A good bedtime routine isn't just about habit. It sends a clear message to your nervous system: it's time to rest. A strong routine could include a warm shower or bath to help regulate body temperature, gentle stretches or yoga, to writing in a journal to offload stress or racing thoughts. Speaking of temperature, remember how your body's ability to regulate heat decreases with age? That matters more than you think. Make sure your room is cool, ideally between 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 to 19 degrees Celsius. Use breathable sheets and avoid heavy blankets unless it's very cold. You can even invest in a cooling mattress pad or pillow if you tend to get warm during the night. Now, let's address the midnight awakenings. Waking up at 2 or 3 a.m. is one of the most common complaints after 50. Here's the catch: waking up during the night isn't always a problem. The key is whether or not you can fall back asleep. Instead of lying there frustrated, have a plan. If you're awake for more than 15 to 20 minutes, get out of bed. Go into a dimly lit room and do something calming like reading or deep breathing until you feel sleepy again. Another tip that sounds simple but is incredibly effective: limit caffeine to the morning only. After 50, your liver metabolizes caffeine more slowly. That afternoon cup of coffee that used to be harmless? It might now be quietly interfering with your sleep. Try cutting off caffeine completely after noon and notice how your sleep responds. And then there's exercise. We know exercise is good for sleep, but timing matters. For adults over 50, morning or early afternoon exercise is ideal. It boosts serotonin, helps you fall asleep faster at night, and improves sleep quality. Avoid strenuous workouts close to bedtime, as they can elevate your core temperature and stress hormones. Finally, let's talk about the mental side. As we age, we tend to worry more about health, finances, relationships, retirement, and aging itself. These thoughts can swirl in our heads at night, robbing us of peace. This is where mindfulness or breathing exercises come in. Apps like Calm or Insight Timer offer guided practices, but even a simple breathing pattern, like inhaling for 4 seconds, holding for 4, and exhaling for 6, can shift your body into a parasympathetic or rest and digest state. All of these techniques work best when combined. Think of them not as sleep hacks, but as a sleep lifestyle, a way of living that honors your body's natural rhythms rather than fighting them. In the next segment, we'll explore the hidden enemies of sleep after 50, certain medications, foods, and daily habits that may seem harmless but can seriously disrupt your sleep cycle without you realizing it. Hidden enemies of sleep after 50. What's quietly disrupting your nights? Now that we've covered the natural shifts in sleep and how to adjust your lifestyle to support better rest, it's time to shine a light on the less obvious, but incredibly important, factors that might be sabotaging your sleep without you even realizing it. After age 50, the body becomes more sensitive to internal and external triggers. That means certain habits, foods, medications, and even timing of daily activities can either help or harm your sleep. Let's dig into what might be going wrong silently in your daily life. Let's start with medications, a huge factor in sleep disruption that often goes unnoticed. As we age, we're more likely to be prescribed medications for blood pressure, cholesterol, arthritis, acid reflux, anxiety, depression, and more. What many people don't realize is that a significant number of common medications can interfere with sleep, either by stimulating the nervous system, causing nighttime urination, or changing brain chemistry. For example, beta blockers, often used for high blood pressure, are known to reduce melatonin production. Statins, used for cholesterol, can sometimes cause muscle aches that disturb sleep. SSRIs and SNRIs, used for depression and anxiety, can disrupt REM sleep and cause vivid dreams or nighttime awakenings. Diuretics, also called water pills, increase urination and often lead to waking up multiple times at night to use the bathroom. If you're on any of these medications and experiencing sleep problems, don't stop taking them on your own. Instead, talk to your doctor. There may be alternatives, timing adjustments, or supportive strategies to reduce the side effects. Sometimes simply shifting a medication from evening to morning can significantly reduce its impact on your sleep. Now let's talk food and drink, because after 50, your body processes these differently. Let's start with alcohol, which many people mistakenly think helps them sleep. While alcohol may help you fall asleep faster, it disrupts deep sleep and REM sleep later in the night. It's a sedative, not a sleep aid. And after 50, your liver metabolizes alcohol more slowly, meaning it lingers in your system longer. The result? More night awakenings, less restful sleep, and early morning grogginess. Then there's sugar and refined carbs. A diet high in processed foods, especially in the evening, can spike your blood sugar, then crash it later in the night. This blood sugar drop can trigger cortisol, your stress hormone, waking you up abruptly at 2 or 3 a.m. If this happens to you regularly, consider adding a small protein-based snack in the evening, like a boiled egg or a handful of almonds, to stabilize your blood sugar through the night. And don't forget spicy or acidic foods, especially late at night. After 50, the valve between your stomach and esophagus becomes more relaxed, which increases the chances of acid reflux. Even if you don't feel the heartburn, it can still cause micro-awakenings or lead to sleep apnea-like symptoms. Speaking of apnea, undiagnosed sleep apnea becomes more common after 50, especially in men and postmenopausal women. If your partner notices loud snoring, gasping, or long pauses in breathing while you sleep, it's worth getting checked. Sleep apnea isn't just about snoring, it fragments sleep architecture, depriving your brain of oxygen and increasing risk for heart disease and memory problems. Next up, napping. While daytime naps can be a helpful way to recharge, they can also backfire if done incorrectly. The rule of thumb is this: if you nap for more than 30 minutes or two late in the day, after 3 p.m., it can reduce your sleep drive at night. That means your brain won't feel tired enough to enter deep sleep. Keep naps short and early in the day. Think of them as a quick reboot, not a second bedtime. Let's move on to evening habits, especially mental stimulation. Many people use the evening hours to watch intense movies, respond to emails, or scroll through the news. These activities activate your sympathetic nervous system, your fight or flight mode, which is the opposite of what you want before bed. Even watching a suspenseful show or arguing in a text message can keep your brain on high alert long after the screen turns off. To prepare your mind for rest, switch to parasympathetic activities. These are calming, repetitive, and predictable. Reading, and let's not forget emotional health. After 50, people often face major life changes: retirement, children moving out, caregiving for elderly parents, or the loss of loved ones. These emotional shifts often go unspoken but can silently fuel anxiety and depression, which in turn disrupt sleep. If your thoughts race at night, or if you're lying awake with worries, journaling or cognitive behavioral techniques can help untangle those emotions. Some people also find guided meditation or progressive muscle relaxation extremely helpful. These practices teach your body how to release tension physically and mentally, allowing sleep to come more naturally. So far, we've uncovered both the natural and hidden causes of sleep disruption after 50. In the next segment, we're going to break down how nutrition and supplements play a role in supporting better sleep. We'll explore what to eat, what to avoid, and which natural supplements actually have scientific backing for people over 50. Nutrition and supplements, fueling your body for deeper sleep after 50. Now that we've looked at how medications, daily habits, and emotional changes can disrupt sleep, it's time to talk about one of the most powerful tools you have, nutrition. Yes, what you eat, when you eat, and how your body processes those nutrients changes significantly after 50. These shifts don't just affect your digestion and energy, they affect your sleep architecture, too. Let's start with key nutrients that directly influence sleep hormones and neurotransmitters. Your body doesn't just magically fall asleep. It produces specific brain chemicals, like serotonin, GABA, and melatonin, that help calm the nervous system and regulate your circadian rhythm. And those chemicals, they rely on nutrients you get from food. One of the most critical nutrients is magnesium. This mineral plays a role in over 300 enzymatic processes in the body, including muscle relaxation and the regulation of GABA, your brain's calming neurotransmitter. As we age, magnesium levels often decline due to lower dietary intake and reduced absorption in the gut. A magnesium deficiency can lead to difficulty falling asleep, muscle cramps, and even restless legs. If you're not getting enough magnesium from food, think leafy greens, pumpkin seeds, almonds, and black beans. Consider a supplement like magnesium glycinate, which is gentle on the stomach and specifically supports sleep. Next, let's talk about tryptophan, an amino acid that is a precursor to both serotonin and melatonin. Foods rich in tryptophan include turkey, chicken, eggs, dairy, nuts, and seeds. But here's the secret: tryptophan works best when consumed with a small amount of complex carbs. That's why a small bowl of oatmeal with almond butter or a banana with peanut butter in the evening can actually support better sleep. The carbohydrates help tryptophan cross the blood-brain barrier and stimulate calming brain chemicals. Then there's vitamin B6, which helps convert tryptophan into serotonin. If you're low on B6, your brain can't make enough serotonin or melatonin. Foods like salmon, bananas, and chickpeas are excellent sources. Another often overlooked mineral is zinc. Zinc works alongside magnesium and B6 to support sleep and immune function. It's found in oysters, pumpkin seeds, beef, and lentils. Studies show that older adults with zinc deficiencies experience more fragmented sleep and shorter sleep cycles. Now let's look at evening meals. One of the most common mistakes people make after 50 is eating too much, or too little, at dinner. Heavy, fatty meals too close to bedtime force your digestive system to work overtime, which can disrupt your core temperature and keep your body from shifting into sleep mode. On the other hand, going to bed hungry can drop blood sugar and cause early awakenings. The sweet spot? A balanced dinner at least 2 to 3 hours before bed, with lean protein, healthy fats, and complex carbs. For example, grilled salmon, quinoa, and sautéed spinach. Or a lentil stew with a side of roasted sweet potatoes. These meals are nutrient-dense and support steady blood sugar and hormone regulation. What about beverages? After 50, hydration is a tricky balance. Too little water during the day can cause nighttime leg cramps and dehydration, while too much water late at night can increase bathroom trips and disrupt your sleep. The solution is to front-load your hydration. Drink more fluids in the first half of the day and taper off by early evening. If you need something warm and calming at night, try herbal teas like chamomile, passionflower, or lemon balm. These herbs contain natural compounds that support GABA and relaxation. Now let's look at natural supplements. People over 50 often turn to over-the-counter sleep aids, but many of these contain antihistamines that cause drowsiness without promoting true sleep cycles. They can also lead to next-day grogginess or memory issues over time. Instead, here are science-backed natural sleep supplements worth considering. Melatonin, low dose. As mentioned earlier, your body makes less melatonin with age. Taking a low dose, 0.3 to 1 milligram, about an hour before bedtime can help reinforce your body's own production. Avoid high doses, like 5 milligrams or more, as they may disrupt your internal clock or cause vivid dreams. L-theanine, found in green tea, this amino acid promotes calm without sedation. It helps reduce anxiety and supports alpha brainwaves, which are associated with relaxation. Great for people who have trouble shutting off their minds at night. GABA supplements. While GABA is a neurotransmitter, some supplements include GABA or ingredients that increase its activity in the brain. These can help reduce nervous energy and promote better quality sleep. Glycine, an amino acid that helps the body lower core temperature, which is key for falling asleep. Studies show that 3 grams of glycine before bed can improve sleep quality and reduce fatigue the next day. Magnesium glycinate or citrate. As discussed, magnesium calms the nervous system and supports muscle relaxation. It's especially helpful if you experience tension, cramps, or restlessness in the legs. Always talk to your doctor before adding any new supplements, especially if you're on medications or have chronic health conditions. Natural doesn't always mean harmless. Some supplements can interact with prescription drugs. Food and supplementation are powerful tools for managing the changes in sleep after 50. But now, let's take a step further. In the final segment, we'll explore how behavioral and environmental strategies, including sleep tracking, bedroom design, and timing of daily activities, can create a deeply restorative sleep environment tailored to your aging body. And at the end, you'll also get an SEO-optimized YouTube title, description, and a thumbnail image prompt to help this video reach more people who need it. Designing your sleep sanctuary, behavioral and environmental strategies for restful nights after 50. We've now explored how aging affects your sleep architecture, what daily habits to change, how food and supplements play a role, and how hidden triggers might be silently wrecking your rest. But none of that will fully work unless your environment and behaviors also support your sleep goals. After 50, your body becomes more reactive to external signals. Light, temperature, noise, and even your mattress quality all have a bigger impact on your ability to enter and stay in deep sleep. So let's design a sleep sanctuary that works for you, not against you. Start with your bedroom setup. Your bedroom should be the most restful place in your home. But for many people, it's full of hidden sleep disruptors, bright alarm clocks, glowing chargers, noisy fans, or windows that let in street light. Lighting is key. Your room should be completely dark, as any light, even from a digital clock or street lamp, can reduce melatonin production. Use blackout curtains, cover or unplug devices with LEDs, and consider a sleep mask if needed. Switch out overhead lights for soft bedside lamps with warm bulbs under 2700 K. Noise is another enemy of deep sleep, especially after 50. Your brain's threshold for waking due to sound lowers with age, meaning a small noise at 3 a.m. can knock you out of deep sleep. Try white noise machines or apps, or use earplugs if you live in a noisy area. Temperature matters, too. As mentioned earlier, aging bodies often struggle to regulate internal temperature. A hot room or stuffy air can make it harder to drop into REM and slow-wave sleep. Keep your bedroom cool, ideally 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 to 19 degrees Celsius, and invest in breathable sheets. Natural fibers like cotton, bamboo, or linen help wick away sweat. Now let's talk about your mattress and pillows. After 50, pressure points become more sensitive. If you often wake up with stiffness or back pain, your mattress may be too hard, too soft, or just old. Most mattresses lose support after 8 to 10 years. Look for one that supports proper spinal alignment and cushions the hips and shoulders. Your pillow should also keep your head and neck aligned with your spine. This is especially important for people who sleep on their sides. Let's move into bedtime behaviors. What you do in the last hour before bed can make or break your night. The brain loves consistency. When you perform the same routine every night, it begins to associate those actions with winding down. Here's a 4-part framework you can follow each night. Disconnect. Turn off screens 60 to 90 minutes before bed. Blue light and stimulation from scrolling hijack your brain's natural wind-down process. Decompress. Do a calming activity. Read, listen to soft music, or stretch. Avoid intense conversations or stressful planning. Dim, lower lights in the home. This signals melatonin production. Cool down. Take a warm shower or bath, then step into a cool room. This thermal drop tells your brain it's time to rest. Consistency is everything. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Your internal clock needs rhythm, and irregular schedules, even by an hour or two, can shift your sleep window and confuse your body. Another behavioral tip that works especially well for people over 50. Limit time in bed when you're not sleeping. If you lie awake for more than 20 minutes, don't stay in bed tossing and turning. This trains your brain to associate your bed with frustration, not rest. Instead, get up, go to another room, and do something quiet until you feel drowsy again. Want to take it a step further? Try tracking your sleep. This doesn't mean obsessing over data, but using a simple app or wearable can help you understand patterns. What time you tend to wake up, how long it takes you to fall asleep, how your routine or diet affects your rest. Look for trends over time, not just one night. Some devices even show how much deep and REM sleep you're getting. If you notice that deep sleep is consistently low, revisit your evening routine, caffeine use, alcohol intake, and magnesium levels. Finally, let's discuss the importance of morning habits. What you do in the first hour of your day sets the tone for your sleep that night. Bright light in the morning resets your circadian rhythm. Morning movement, like walking, stretching, or even housework, boosts serotonin, which later becomes melatonin. Try to get outside in the sunlight for at least 15 to 30 minutes, especially within 1 hour of waking up. Avoid caffeine in the first 10 minutes after waking. Wait at least 30 to 60 minutes. Your body is still producing cortisol naturally during that time. Drinking caffeine too early can create a crash later and mess with your rhythm. And avoid long naps late in the day. A short nap of 15 to 20 minutes before 3 p.m. can be restorative. But long naps, or sleeping too late, will reduce your sleep drive at night. Sleep after 50 is not broken, it's just different. Your body still wants to rest deeply and restore itself. With the right understanding, small changes, and new routines, restful sleep can become your reality again.